Will it work with my camera? Will it run on my Intel Mac? If Emulate can be used alongside with your own LUTs, will it be available for Davinci? Can I use Emulate with HDR, HLG, BT2020, Premiere Pro? Okay, good morning from Germany. So instead of sitting in front of my computer and doing a boring Q&A, I thought why not go out and do an outdoor Q&A about Emulate and maybe clarify some things. So first of all, most asked question, will it be available for Davinci? Yes, it will drop in November. We need some time to develop it. So if you subscribe to the newsletter on cinemate.co, you will get notified as soon as the Davinci version drops. It will be somewhere around end of November, I guess. And yeah, you will get a special discount as well. So second most asked question was, will it work with my camera? And probably yes, for 99% of you, it will work with your camera. You can find a complete list of all compatible formats and cameras on the product page itself. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will see a list like it works with basically any Sony S-Log 1, 2, 3, Canon C-Log. It will basically work with any of your prosumer and pro cameras, no matter if you shoot a cinema line from Sony, a Red, Canon, DJI's D-Log M, for example. Right now I'm shooting on the Action 5 Pro, so this works as well. But you will find a complete list with all compatible cameras on the product page. I will link it down below. By the way, this factory, it might look like a lost place, but it's not. They are producing stones on a daily basis here. But it definitely looks like more of a experimental factory for doing some Call of Duty zombie experiments in there. Okay, so let's go on. Third question. Some of you asked if Emulate can be used alongside with your own LUTs. And yes, you can do this. But you have to keep in mind that we built Emulate so you can first pick your camera and your profile and then apply a LUT. And the thing is, what happens in the background is that all your footage gets converted to Davinci intermediate wide gamut first, and then a look gets applied. One of our 10 film looks, okay? So if you want to use your own LUTs, you could do that in the second panel, in the look section. But you have to keep in mind that you might break your image depending on what your LUT is built for. Because if it's not built for Davinci intermediate wide gamut, maybe it's built for Rec 709 or whatever, then it could break apart your image. The thing is, if you want to use your own LUTs, you need to make sure that you either convert your footage to Rec 709 before, so you can pick Rec 709 in the first camera tab, or that it just looks good and doesn't break your image. Of course, there's a more technical side to this, and Eric would slap me in the face right now for saying this, but I want to address that if it works, it works. And if it looks good, then use it. So you can try any LUT in Emulate and still get the benefits of using halation, film grain, bloom, the film compression, the film resolution, whatever you want to use. Look how beautiful it is out here. Maybe we need some more moodiness, add some fog, and then it's perfect. Okay, question 4. Can I use Emulate with HDR, HLG, BT2020? And the answer is yes, you can. Eric already made some short tutorials on YouTube on the playlist. I will link the playlist down below. And there you will find all the answers. How to work with HLG, ProRes, RAW, especially Apple Log 2 on the iPhone 17 Pro. Basically, it answers all of your questions regarding formats, color spaces, codecs, and so on. So, by the way, this is a place called Steinkohl, which in English means something like stone pit. I don't know. All these stones you see on the side here, I don't know if you can see it on the Osmo Action 5, but these are, I don't know, like 4 meters in height. These stones were catapulted over here from a volcano that erupted about 13,000 years ago, about 50 miles in that direction, and it threw those stones over here. This is just crazy to imagine. Like, look at these stones. These are fucking rock solid stones in the size of a human being. Yeah. And they were just thrown by this fucking volcano on the Laja See, which is a lake like 30 miles or 50 miles away from here. And now the Pathfinders are building some stuff over here. And you can make a campfire. Even if you're not allowed to because you're in Germany. Anyway, let's go on. We need a stupid thumbnail now. Fuck this YouTube bullshit. Yeah, another question that got asked a lot is, will it run on my Intel Mac? And I have to say, we didn't test it, to be honest. No one, whether it's Eric or me or my girlfriend or anyone I work with, has an Intel Mac left. I get it that not everyone from everywhere in the world can afford an M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 Mac, but by now I think most of you have an Apple Silicon Mac, and I can tell you that if you got an M1, for example, I got an M1 Ultra Mac Studio and an M1 Max MacBook Pro. Both of them are 3 or 4 years old, and Emulate runs so fucking smooth on it. Like, I can play back my timeline with Emulate applied, all effects like bloom, halation, film grain turned on, and I can play back my timeline without rendering and without lags. So, of course, I can't promise you that it runs on your Intel Mac 5 times faster than Davinci. No, it won't. So, better have an M1 or later Apple Silicon Mac if you want to experience lag-free editing. But I get it, not everyone can afford a new laptop that's $2,000 plus. But if you purchase Emulate and you got an Intel Mac, feel free to drop us any insights you have. Give us your feedback, maybe do a screen recording. Yeah, so that helps a lot. So right now we're on this bridge which is called a viaduct in Germany. Yeah, I think that's it for the most important questions we recently received. If you want to learn more, I created a dedicated page that shows you all of our tutorials, FAQ questions, release notes, and I link it down below as well. And if you still got questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I try to be as transparent as I can. So I hope you enjoyed this short little outdoor Q&A. Even though Eric is the one who's the technical geek in this one, I hope I could answer some of your questions. But if you got anything else, if you're unsure about Emulate, its features, if it's for you, feel free to drop a comment. I will reply to all of them. Yes. And now I'm turning off the camera and enjoying some more time in this beautiful autumn forest. Yo, I forgot to address a very important thing. Premiere Pro. It's not only that we don't like Adobe for their tactics and their subscription-based bullshit, and it's also not about the fact that I paid around $15,000 in subscription fees over the last years because I need some of their apps for my work as a professional graphic designer and for some more agency work. But the main problem and the reason why we probably won't get Emulate running on Premiere Pro is it won't be as performant as on Final Cut or in Davinci Resolve. And if you haven't noticed yet, that is our main USP, to be faster than Enhancer and more affordable. And if we can provide Emulate with the same performance that we get in other NLEs, then it doesn't make sense. So you see what's the problem here. So I can't promise you anything about Premiere Pro. Of course, I would love to get it out to you. Don't get me wrong, I don't care. I mean, I use Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, all these apps also. But experience the frustration of the customers, you, if you would download Emulate and you pay money for it, and I would promise you on the landing page that it's 5 times faster than Enhancer, and you open it up and you start your project in Premiere Pro and it just crashes again or is super laggy, that wouldn't be a great experience, I would say. And that's why as of now there is no Premiere Pro version, and we also are not working on it yet. Maybe we find a solution. So we need to talk to people who are experienced in developing Premiere Pro plugins, okay? Maybe something changes in the future. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. So if you want to get Emulate after watching this video, I dropped the link down below, cinemate.co, or you can visit www.sirhowdoyoucolor.com. We actually purchased this domain. Oh my god. Kodak, what's your opinion about Emulate? Okay.